Good evening. First, thank you to the organizers of this forum and to the residents of Symphony Village. You could have been anywhere in the world, but you're here today, Friday, spending this beautiful day with us. So give yourself a round of applause. Yes, clap. Because conversations like this matter. My name is John Queen, and I'm running to represent District 36 for the Maryland State Senate. And before I talk about policies or priorities, I want to start with why I'm here. Because I believe too many people feel like decisions affecting their lives are being made by people who are far removed from communities and those that impact them. And they're not wrong to feel that way. People want leadership that is visible, accessible, and accountable. Leadership that understands what happens in Annapolis shows up here in Queen Anne's County, here in Centerville, and across our entire district. Over the last decade, I've spent time working in public schools, community programs, nonprofit spaces, healthcare partnerships, and a host of neighborhoods across our district. I've worked with young people trying to find opportunity, families who are trying to stay afloat, and organizations trying to solve problems with limited resources. After years of doing that type of work, one thing became clear. Most of the challenges people face, they're connected. Transportation affects healthcare access. Healthcare access affects family stability. And housing affects whether families are able to stay here in our district, which also means our solutions must be connected. This is why my campaign has been doing a 90-day initiative of a framework called the Three Bridges. First bridge, the county-to-county bridge, because workforce, healthcare, housing, transportation, infrastructure, and economic development does not stop at our county lines. But too often our counties are solving similar problems in isolation. A shortage in one county affects employers in the next. Transportation gaps affect multiple communities. Healthcare access in one area, in fact, impacts and helps or not help the neighboring communities. I believe we are strong when counties coordinate where it makes sense, share resources when possible, and still protect what makes each of our community unique to us. Because when we connect what's already working in our district, we make our district stronger. The second bridge, institution to community. Schools are working, healthcare providers are working, nonprofits and local government, they're all working and they're all doing their job, but too often they do it separately. And when that happens, people, meaning us, we fill that gap. For example, students graduate without clear pathways in public education. Communities are growing faster than the services that can provide for the increase of that community. And good work is happening, but it's not always aligned. And when it's not aligned, we the community and we feel it as people. This bridge is about connecting schools, employers, healthcare providers, and local government so that people experience one system together, not disconnected. Because when we experience government, we don't experience government in pieces. We experience government all at once, everyone. Because leadership is not just about managing systems, it's about connecting people. So the third bridge is about present to future. Because communities across District 36 are now asking bigger questions. How do we protect our communities? How do we manage growth responsibly? How do we keep healthcare accessible and affordable? How do we keep utility and energy costs down and manageable? And ultimately, how do we make sure families can afford to live in this district? So with that, leadership must do a few things. First, protect what works. The second thing is fix what does not work. And thirdly, prepare responsibly for what comes next in our future. Because communities that cannot keep families, maintain essential services, or plan ahead eventually lose the things that residents value the most. Now, it's one thing to talk about ideas, but it's another thing to turn them into action. I think that's where a lot of politicians and elected officials forget. Your words are good, but we look for action after election day. If I'm elected, the first piece of legislation I will offer will be the Eastern Shore Regional Coordination and Outcome Act. And the purpose is simple, not to create more government, but to make government work better together. This bill would do three things. First, it will create voluntary framework for counties and institutions across the Eastern Shore to coordinate, to share, and to use like-minded information for workforce development, transportation, healthcare, and all the plethora of issues that we know stand in this district today. Because these problems, once again, do not stop at our county lines. The second part of this bill I will introduce in legislation would be strengthening connections between schools, employers, and healthcare systems. So people are not falling through gaps between systems that are supposed to serve them. Third, I would establish clear outcomes and measurable data to see the impact of this legislation. Excuse me. 10 minutes, a lot of talking. So with that, the clear outcomes and measurable data, that way we can focus on not just funding programs, but on whether those programs are actually improving results to access to health care, workforce placement, affordable housing, and transportation access. We must be able to see where our tax dollars are going. So this is not about taking control away from the counties. We're talking about working together, not taking control. It's about coordination, and it's not about centralization. Local authority stays local. But we stop working in isolation on problems we all share. When I speak with residents across District 36, the issues are consistent. My colleague named them, and we all can name them out loud if we wanted to. We know healthcare, infrastructure, housing, the list is long. The list isn't shrinking, the list is actually growing. But underneath all of this is something very simple. People want leadership that shows up, leadership that listens, and leadership that stays engaged. I believe good government is not measured by how much it spends. It's measured by whether people actually see the results, and it's also measured by people who actually see the results, and it's measured by smarter spending and better management. If I'm elected, you will know where I stand, you will know how to reach me, and you will know I take your concerns seriously. Because representation should not disappear after the election. District 36 has enormous potential. My wife, she'll tell you, I'm from Washington, D.C. She's been trying to get me to move off the shore for 16 years, and I haven't left yet because I love District 36 and the Eastern Shore. So District 36 has tremendous potential. Our communities are stronger when we work together, and our leadership is not about having the right answer. It's about bringing the right people to the table to solve the problems. Because ultimately, representation is not about winning elections. It's about whether the community feels respected after election day. I could sit here and give a grand speech, but ultimately what I wanted to do here, and I like this format, is because we actually get a time to have breakout conversations. So I'll start with the speech, and I look forward to having a conversation with all of you here shortly. Thank you.